Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is a special presentation, which is basically the first half of the warm-ups for Cycle 3 for the warm-up packet cycle that we are in. So be advised that this presentation will cover the last warm-up for the first unit of the year and then also the first warm-up for the second unit of the year. So you'll see a transition here with the presentation. So from the last lesson of the first unit, according to experts, in what specific ways has and will COVID-19 change elements of our culture forever? Please be specific. So here's a brief overview from the reading that we did in class about some of the different ways that COVID-19 and the global pandemic has changed our culture forever. First and foremost, we can look at disease itself differently. Our point of view of germs and diseases has forever changed, whether it's through hand sanitizers or whether it's through the understanding of how germs work or whether it's understanding more about the medical field. Our understandings have forever been shifted. Additionally, the reading said that government has forever changed. Now government is probably bigger and more centralized than ever before from all forms of government, from federal, state, and local. Additionally, our sense of community has forever been shaken and changed. There are now more connections that take place digitally. However, there are growing divides that are more apparent. For example, if you were to look at, say, our next topic here, which is education, you could probably understand that there are certain school districts that are doing better during this time and certain ones that are not. And the COVID-19 crisis kind of shows the difference between the haves and have-nots in terms of many different layers of our sociological makeup. Additionally, in regards to education, there are more unique models of teaching and assessing and accommodations being implemented during this time that may or may not impact the educational field and how we learn forever. And also, let's not forget about our social dynamics, our essence of understanding what social distancing is, how there are more stronger ties with certain people and severed ties with different people and loved ones in our lives. And these changing dynamics could be forever shaken by, of course, from the pandemic. And then, of course, the way that we look at the future. What will the future be like post-pandemic, or will this go away anytime soon? I think now more than ever, there's more awareness to diseases and mobilized services that are meant to combat the disease. But even once this is all said and done, how are we as a people going to be any different? That's really interesting. All right, let's go ahead and take a few moments of your time to go over the next warm-up, which is later in the week when we start a new warm-up, which is Thursday and Friday. Basically, this second unit of the year is all about early man and early civilization. So what basic characteristics define and describe the story of the birth and development of mankind on planet Earth? In other words, what types of key events had happened that made us, us? Let's go ahead and get started. So first, our humble origins begin with the Big Bang, which brought the formation of planet Earth and all the different materials that make it planet Earth. And how Earth, of course, is able to sustain life is all from this moment in time, with developments that happened since then. The birthplace of mankind is notable because, of course, with animal species and environmental biomes and mankind taking form over time, we have, of course, this notion that life forms begin to not only form, but also develop. Additionally, key developments take place. For example, advancements in evolution of the human body allow for man to walk upright, create fire, understand oral and spoken communication. These things are forever game changers in our society. There's also movement of mankind. Mankind moves throughout different parts of the continent and the world, establishing different cultures and different traits, respectively. Also, different civilizations begin to form. Distant family clans transform into civilized societies to form formal empires later on. And all this can be traced to when mankind moves to different places. And essentially, they develop different types of governmental structures, although they might have been primitive at the time, to become later on worldly empires. And the lasting legacy of mankind, the reason why we have to talk about the birth of mankind in a world cultures class is because their stories of perseverance through changing and challenging times show us and tell us what life might have been like. And also their essence of recorded history gives us insights into what the story of us really is all about, which is the development of mankind through different types of traits and characteristics that really shows us who we were and, to an extent, today, who we are. All right, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate your attentiveness. Remember, go ahead and fill out the first half of the warm-up packet, and you should be okay. If you have any questions or concerns about the warm-up packets, please let me know, and thank you very much.